Hey everybody, I was out walking trying to find the comet tonight. I haven't had a chance to look at it with some weather and other issues. Also getting a clear horizon. And I figured it would be low by now, but it's actually gone quite a bit away from the sun. So this is a good test of the, again, unfortunately I can't do camera adjustments in YouTube's app. I've complained many times to YouTube, even people who work there, who I know, and they've never done anything to add just a simple adjustment you have in the iPhone camera app to overexpose, underexpose. You can't even do something simple like that, as well as having some kind of manual focus control, like another slider, like you have in the DSLR app on iPhone. So I'm stuck with whatever they give me here. Obviously, when I bolt it to a telescope, like I've done for other stuff, it works okay because I can compensate with the telescope optics. But in this case, it's handheld. I'm going to try and pinch zoom and see what we can see. I can see it very easily naked eye here. It's very long. It's probably, at least from what I can see here, it's like 4 times the length of the moon. It's quite a long tail. And closer views, you can actually see the bifurcation. You can't see the color of the gas tail versus the debris tail, but you can definitely see there's some structural difference when you zoom in on it. Obviously, this won't show it. But anyway, so if anyone happens to catch this live or on the replay, let's make sure this is open all the way. It is. Okay, good. So there's some buildings down here with some lights that are going to get in the way. And let's zoom in here a little bit so you can see, at least you can see a star down there. And I believe that's Arcturus down there. And Boötes, the herdsman. So let's go. So where you're going to look, see the trees are nicely framing the shot. Pretty much where that branch is sticking up on the right side there, like a finger coming off the tree. Directly across from that, in the middle of the frame that I'm showing now, is where the comet is. So I'm going to try and zoom in. Unfortunately, I'm hand-holding this. It's going to be a little shaky. Let's just see what we can get. You can kind of see it there. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with glare on the screen from headlights going by. But you see like a smudge there in the middle? Just to the left of that, pretty much in the center of the image right now is the comet. Oh, this goddamn glare here. I had to use an overpass because I couldn't get a good horizon where I am. Too many trees and buildings. So I'm going to zoom out again. Center of the image, see it's kind of a bluish color because the camera's overcompensating. But pretty much right in the middle of where I zoom in here is going to be the comet. I'll go slightly in. You can see a fuzzy thing in the middle there, just to the left of that finger of the tree. Zoom in a little more. Should be able to see a little smudge going with the background, not on the camera. Go a little bit more. A little bit more. And again, I've got glare and all kinds of shit on this camera, so I can barely see it on the thing, but it is in the middle of the frame right now. Should be like a fuzzy line. And again, I'm not sure how YouTube's handling this with the camera part of the app, but it's right there in the middle, a fuzzy line. It's kind of long. Definitely not ideal. Zoom in a whole bunch more, you get a lot of noise of the camera, but there you can see in the center, there's a fuzzy area there, that's the comet. So if I hold it here long enough, maybe the stream will stabilize it. But it's there. There's just really no way to beef it up in the app. The app is so primitive. Although I have to give them credit, they do handle audio very well. My Lyra 8 stream I did last night on my synthetic channel was using a Blue Mikey digital input into the lightning port, coming completely off my Adderall mixer which had my microphone, Lyra 8 going through effects, and potential other things if I wanted to hook them up. So it does at least handle audio well, audio devices, I should say, well. So you can do live stream like that. Oh, there's a plane blinky going by there. See the blinky plane. So the comet's between the blinky plane and the branch right now. So yeah, it's like I expected. It's not going to show great on here. Perhaps if it got a little bit darker and I didn't have all these headlights around me and stuff, and I could have it on a tripod, you'd probably have a better view of it. But it's not great on this kind of setup. But if in the middle of the night, no street lights, no cars, stabilized on a tripod, and I zoomed in a little bit, it would probably show much better. Because naked eye, it's wonderful. Your eyes adapt a lot. So I can see a whole bunch of, it's really, really long actually. It's funny because a couple of the astronomy apps I have on my phone were showing a pretty damn long tail. I go, there's no way it's that long. And it's like, oh shit, it is that long. So pretty impressive, gotta say. So, let me zoom out a little bit more. Am I zoomed out all the way? I am zoomed all the way. So again, it is right in the middle of the frame. There's a blinky light going below it. Red and white light from a plane. I'm gonna zoom in a tad and you can see the blinky. So the blinky light, the branch, and the comet are forming a triangle right now. See how close I can get to the blinky. I think that's max. Yeah, that's as close as I can get. So I'm not sure how well that's coming in focus. Yeah, there's a plane going by right there. So, yeah, right there, that smudge right in the middle. See, when I move the background, it stays with the background. That's the comet. I wish the camera was more tweakable, because in my other apps I can overexpose them and the comet shows up really nicely. Or if I hold the phone very still and take a camera app time exposure, it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna post a couple pictures later that I took just now, just to show it's okay on a handheld iPhone, not wonderful. On a tripod, obviously, would be much better. iPhone with augmented optics, like one of those bolt-on lenses, would be better. Or, hooked up to a telescope would be obviously much preferred. So zoom out again. There's another plane going by there, the branch. Now it's behind the branch. So maybe I frame it this way, you can see the little curve in the bushy tree right here. You got two peaks. There's a peak, there's a valley, and then there's another peak. The comet is now right in that notch of the valley of the tree here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So it's right above that notch between the peaks. And it's kind of there, but it's fuzzy. If I move the camera a little bit, you can see. Just barely. If I zoom in a lot, you'll see there's a bit of a linear smudge there. Going left, if I move the camera left, right, see it doesn't move with the camera. It's part of the background. That's the comet. Anyway, so this is good. I didn't know the comet would be up this late. I thought it was already setting. So I'm gonna do a live stream maybe tomorrow night from a decent location, not the overpass with a bunch of lights and noise and a vibrating bridge. So as long as the weather holds up, stay tuned. Have a proper live stream with a good camera on a telescope, and it's going to track it, so it'll stay in the scope for a while, and I can zoom in on it, show some details, and then the moon is up, so I can go to the moon and look at some other stuff. But if the scene's good enough, I'll go look at some other cool stuff, galaxies and things like that, as long as the visuals are good enough. But anyway, so that's just a quick and dirty test. It's already, is it 8 o'clock already? I don't know. There's another gripe I have about the YouTube app. I always complain about this. I cannot see the phone time while I'm using the app on YouTube. It's like, you can't give me a little tiny piece of the app to show the time. I mean, what if I need to be somewhere? So if I jump out of the app to look at my time, it will pause the stream. Sometimes it's even taken it down, and I have to start over again. So YouTube, they make some cool stuff, but they pretty much design something, they rest on their laurels, and they don't do anything to update it. So camera portion of the app stinks, no time. So I'm always walking around with my camera when I'm streaming. You guys have seen that on my Synthetic channel, asking people what time it is. And here I have the phone in my hand like an idiot. Like, I don't know how to read the time on my phone, but I have to quickly explain, this YouTube app doesn't show the camera. Can you tell me what time it is? And then then they don't look at me so funny. But it's just kind of stupid I have to do that. Anyway, enough bitching about YouTube. So there it is. Again, assuming the scene will be good tomorrow night, it'll be not cloudy or hazy, and I can get to a location and set up in time, all that good stuff. Then I can have a nice little stream, and it'll be quiet where I am going to go, and it'll be nice view. Might even hear some birds chirping before I get fully set up with the scope, and we'll see what's happening. But I didn't see anyone jump in the stream yet, so everyone's busy watching other streams probably. But if you do catch this, this is the best I could do with the handheld YouTube app, trying to find the comet. So it is definitely there. And again, I'm going to take some handheld shots with the camera app and post it. You'll see what I'm talking about. But definitely not ideal. But yeah, if you're naked eye looking here, you're standing where I'm standing, it's glorious. The sky's not even fully dark yet, and I can see a really, really long tail. Like I said, it's probably about, it's longer than this because of my visual perception at this time of night with the dark skies, not very dark and stuff, but it's at least 4 full moons across the tail. So pretty stunning. Probably the biggest comet I've ever seen. And I've been looking at comets for a long time. They usually get just a fuzzy ball with a little bit of a tail based on the angle it's going at and the brightness, things like that. But this is pretty amazing to see at this. It's not even ideal conditions. It's not fully dark yet. It's not anything special. So anyway, that's it. So I'm going to end it here. And like I said, look for some streams, hopefully tomorrow night. I don't have time to drive anywhere tonight to set it up. By the time I did, it would be so low on the horizon, it would look pretty shitty. So I'm going to end it here. And thanks anyone who comes by and checks this out later. Leave a comment and look for my other stream. Have a good night, everybody. And as Jack Horkheimer said, keep looking up.